Welcome back to the FACEIT North American Grand Finals now.
Woo.
So a bit of an upset, really. We are going to go into iBUYPOWER versus
Savage.
So as you just saw there, I am JZFB, and this is Machine. Machine, how are you for the 12th time today?
For the 12th time today, I'm still okay. Yeah,
Good.
I'm excited. But you can see, guys, do start voting. We've seen you guys in chat doing it with the exclamation mark. That's not how you do it. Get over to Twitter and start tweeting with the hashtag. I think it's hashtag FACEIT. So FACEIT, and then you can see either iBP or Savage. So get on that, guys. Let's see your votes, and we'll have that percentage up throughout the game. Interested to see where you guys stand on this. I think there's a majority iBP kind of fan club at the moment, and I mean, understandably so. Savage, people weren't expecting to see them even in the grand final, so to see them go into the grand final.
Netcode's kind of said, "This is the way to the grand final.
Yeah,
we're going to go this way.
This is a free ticket, so we're going to go." Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's going to be on train. We thought the last match was going to be on train, but this one is apparently definitely going to be on train.
It could be.
Last match was Train Inferno, yeah. So hopefully this one's actually going to be train. Again, it's a map. I think this is a map where strats are arguably more important than maybe on other maps. And again, we've seen where iBUYPOWER are with strats at the moment. So to be honest, I expect this to be like 16-3 or something.
Woo, really?
Yeah.
As extreme as that?
I just think I get the impression Savage are either a mix or not.
They're a strong group of players.
Not a team that's necessarily been together for as long as a team like iBUYPOWER. And again, we've seen just we've seen the crazy strats from iBUYPOWER. And I mean crazy in terms of just how strong they are against the teams they've been playing against today. So, but it is best of one. And anything can happen in best of one.
That's something we have to take into consideration.
Skins
we don't know.
Can be lost.
Skins
Tears can be shed.
Chat could get flamed.
Yeah,
seems to happen a lot as well. But I mean, the thing you're saying about best of one is that it could, if you go a little bit on tilt, if you just start losing your mindset a bit, especially
we've seen that today as well.
Well, we have. If that starts happening, you can see real surprise results happen. It's happened already this tournament. It could so very well happen again. And we did see it, guys. If you guys are tweeting, and we say because underdogs are great. Hashtag FACEIT. Hashtag Savage. Yes, that was from Luke. And I think it's true. I'm a bit of a sucker for an underdog story. You're saying 16-3 to iBUYPOWER. I believe we're going to see either. I want to see it overtime. Boom. Saying it.
You want to see an overtime?
Just because we haven't this tournament, we haven't seen any sort of result. We got to 16-14. I think was our closest.
Savage have got to win a lot of rounds on the T side.
Yeah.
And to win those rounds. Bearing in mind they've got 2 AWPers on iBUYPOWER, should they require them. We may see an auto sniper on B, but they've got 2 AWPers, generally speaking.
Yeah.
They need to know where to smoke off. Basically, if they're going to take A, for example, they need to be able to cut the site in half so they can plant the bomb. Yeah. Because it's one thing to get onto the site, it's another thing to plant the bomb onto the site and defend the bomb site, And post-plant, you need to get into certain positions to plant the bomb. And, that's a lot of time where you have to try and deny vision. So that's going to be very, very important.
Yeah, it's a team-heavy game, and we're a team-heavy map as well. So it's starting to stack actually in favor of Savage. Believe it or not, if you guys really think iBP are going to take it, do tweet
hide your skins.
You can see.
Hide your wife.
Yeah, you can see, guys. Get hashtagging, and we'll be able to see where you guys stand. At the moment, though, leaning towards Savage. 53% of you thought Savage are going to take it, and I mean, with my calling, I'm obviously Team Savage over here, and Mr. 16-3 iBUYPOWER.
I have a red AUG, I have an AUG hot rods, and I have an iBUYPOWER sticker on there.
So there you go.
And it goes well together, so I'm voting iBUYPOWER. Okay.
iBUYPOWER because I'm mainstream.
Yeah, Avril Lavigne, baby.
Yeah.
It's basically the same statement, isn't it? I don't have any of her CDs, though. I'm just going to stop this here. Let's move on really quickly.
All right, Skater
Say
boy.
something.
Skater boy. I think the players are in the server, guys. We're going to be jumping straight on in. But is it going to be the... Yeah, we are. We're going to go straight into the pistol round. So I'm game with that. We actually missed the boring knife round, so that's all good in the hood. Let's see where this one goes. We see, I believe it was Savage who won it, and they chose to stay on CT. So we'll see if that puts them in good stead going into this one.
It is the knife round, so maybe he was
I did see someone say stay, yeah.
Oh. Yeah, he's just trolling, I guess.
They lied to me. I saw stay, I was like, brilliant.
Looking for an exploit in the system.
Well, I'll tell you what, because I cannot be bothered with knife rounds, let's do a roster rundown for those of you that aren't aware. I mean, especially Savage. People are going to be wondering what we're shouting about when we're talking about that. So for Savage, we are seeing Relics, Valens, Hades, Fish, and Homeless. And then on iBUYPOWER side, we're going to be seeing Steel, AZK, Skadoodle, and Daze and Swag. So, I mean, there's a real strong roster on that iBP side, and people tweeting suggesting it's certainly something they're going to see.
Look at him spamming stay in chat.
So Relic's last man standing. He's surely going to be cut down to size. Does get chopped in half. iBUYPOWER are going to be happy with that one. They're going to choose to swap and go to the CT side. So,
okay, so they're up against it. They're on the T side.
They got that side they wanted as well.
Yeah, there's just a little bit of a break here before we start the match, which is why we're back with our handsome faces.
You just wanted to see us again. I'm sure you guys did in chat.
So yeah, they're up against it. I think all we have to talk about here is how Savage can win this because they are the underdog, as we've already discussed.
Yeah,
they're on the T side, so they need to win the pistol. And
well, they need to win the pistol. You can't really say. I mean, iBUYPOWER.
Yeah, they have to win the pistol. Although, no, I think the eco rounds are going to be more difficult to win on this map than on the Inferno, for example, for both sides, CT and T. But they have to win the pistol. Basically, again, it's about keeping iBUYPOWER's economy down as much as possible because when they get money behind them, if they can buy AWPs, etc., and counter flash, it's going to be really hard, really hard, and they're going to. I think you want to say something?
I just wanted to say we've got a great tweet in here saying, I love how they play, and I think when they're under pressure, they play way better than many teams, and that's for Savage. So, I mean, we've got someone there, a believer, a Savage believer.
That gives me
the
impression that they're not a mixed team necessarily.
Well, I mean, if they play under pressure, which we saw them do, they were so far down. It was 13-6. Remember that?
That is a good point, actually. We did see previous teams fall apart when they were 14 down. Again,
Netcode.
we saw we saw the team on Dust 2 where the AWPer was just jumping down into CT spawn as if it was just a nice day in a field with rainbows around and no one's got any weapons, and that didn't really work out for them. They had a chance to stay in the game, but they just more or less gave up. However, Savage didn't give up, and here they are in the grand final. And we'll see with a normal view what they do with this. Okay, so let's have a little look what they've got up their sleeve. Obviously, Savage on that T side, so they're going to be going for the attack. Whether or not it's going to be a speedy one is a different question. Hades. This smoke,
lining up that smoke.
That smoke lands in front of the orange box on site, which is bulletproof, and it's a common strat that people use and try and get the bomb plant down there in the pistol round.
SkeDoodle puts Hades in his place. Quick bullet with that silenced USP. He gets a second alongside Swag, actually, as Valens is stealthing in, gets the bomb down, and that is perfectly executed there from Savage. That's all they needed to do, get that money in the bank so that they can have that buy a little earlier than expected. Look at the bullet into the ankles. He's just completely shattered his toes there. Nice play from SkeDoodle. In the meantime, Relics did manage to put Swag down, but I mean, with that, the defuse comes in. Valens last man standing, and there's just bloodshed. Valens actually managed to take Steel with him and survive, so save, technically.
Valens going for the get right there, trying to just swinging for the wind with his knife in the smoke. I
mean, 1-0, there you go. So we're going to see that first round go iBUYPOWER away. The T-side played that well in regards to getting that bomb down. There's no way they were going to win that eco. Like we were saying, ecos are going to be tough as it is.
Well, it was a pistol round as opposed to an eco, but
no, sorry.
I'm surprised there aren't more hard counters to that smoke, because that's like the most common smoke on the A bomb site on pistol rounds / eco rounds. And here they're doing exactly the same thing again. But there's no nades coming in from the CT side. They will take the round, however. It's a 4-on-1 here, and Valens only got P250, so there's little to no chance. Why are we with AZK? There we go.
So Valens is just going to try and put some bullets down. Nothing's going to happen. SkeDoodle, yet again, seems to be holding that site with ease. Just chillaxing around A, and look at the scoreboard to prove it. 4 kills in 2 rounds. The man is doing everything he can to start strong for iBUYPOWER.
Let's look at the money.
Really good money for... they're going to have enough. They are going to be going into this.
Yeah, they don't have enough to buy AWPs, but...
I don't think that's going to stop them. Yeah,
no, they should be going for the AKs. But now they're in a better position. I'm curious to see if they can expand on their smoke work so far, because they've done well to use that smoke and plant twice in a row, but they're going to require more if they're going to take one of these bomb sites.
Especially with SkeDoodle with that AWP, and if they're going to try and charge towards this bomb site, the B site is so vulnerable to that AWP play, especially AZK actually is going to be making a FAMAS play. Not what they were expecting as Relics goes down, and Fish is now joining his friends.
Wow, SkeDoodle pushed all the way up that higher part of B and shot straight down to take that second pick in the B bomb site there for iBUYPOWER. He has gone back onto site now. It is a 3-on-5, so they can be more passive, and there's still one of the guys for Savage in A main, and the bomb is in their control, so they still have options here, but it's going to be hard. And at this point of the round, really, they're looking to get their bomb plant, because looking at how open Train is, especially you've got guys high, guys low on a CT side, just to get the plant is going to be a task in itself.
Yeah, utter mountain to climb now for the Savage side. Just looking for the picks. They've spent so much money. They don't want to see this round slip away. Great pick on towards Steel, though, but Swag there, quick to put Homeless to bed permanently. But there, Valenz is there to try and do something for his team. It's a bit short-lived, though. Dazed is quick to rotate back on towards the side. Now a 3v1 numbers and health stacked against Valenz. But he's actually in with a chance if he can use this smoke to his advantage, try and hunt someone down. AZK playing it safe. Valenz hasn't managed to connect with anyone, and I think now that smoke is cleared and the time continues to tick away. He's going to get caught off. It was Dazed to find him, and now finally we're going to see iBUYPOWER with a more convincing round. 3 players quite solidly holding steady on that defense. 3-0.
Unfortunate timing there for Valenz. He looked away from the bomb site just as the guy came around the corner. If he had got between those barrels, he had a reasonable chance of getting the bomb plant, or possibly faking it, taking out that player if he was lucky. And again, it looks like they're going to go for this eco plant again in front of the yellow barrel. But this should not work for a third time. Steel's in a good position to stop them, but he's going for the kills to try and stop them getting towards it in the first place.
Oh, Rush gets taken down. Skadoodle's just dancing around the train area. Oh, nice play from Fish. Hades gets one as well, so the T-side picking up Franks when they shouldn't. Swag's in a great position. He's been making it work from in the past. He's going to be diving down. Dip, duck, dive. Swag with a second. Takes down Hades, and now Fish dropped into 1v2. Does have the arsenal to do so. Doesn't have the armor to help him out, though. He'd have to do something quite special if he wanted a chance at this round. Bear in mind, though, the bomb was down, and there you go. Swag was well aware as he goes for a cheeky defuse to bring that 4th round home.
Swag has been using some interesting tactics. It looks like for the time being, he's playing up on the top of the T ladder. And if you saw, he had a sneaky smoke there where he was basically trying to do a one-way smoke. I don't think he's using a silenced M4. I mean, he's holding one at the moment. I'm not sure if it's his because he had the M4A4 previously, so he gave his position away. But all kinds of sneaky tactics coming out from iBUYPOWER here, and they are 4-0 up, so it's a good start for them. And there is an AWP on the T side now, so let's see where Hades is taking that.
All right, let's see what Hades has got up his sleeve. He's got the AWP in hand, looking for a pick. I don't think he's going to find anything just yet, unless, of course, he catches a glimpse of the toes. I believe it must be Swag. Swag is the man who's been holding this train area. Steel holding steady on Toxic. Britney Spears.
Steel's always in like a dark corner on his own with no one really going.
That's a great flash from Swag, and look at the profit he gets from it. Such execution. Takes down Fish and Hades. What a strange combination as Relics is there to take down Swag in response, but a little too late. The AWP is now down and only 2 team members remain. Looking to change that as AZK on the hunt, on the prowl, dip, diving around the barrel, and he's going to succeed in taking down Rush. And look at Steel's execution, quite literally onto Relics. And it's 5-0, and I'm starting to worry a little bit about that in a prediction of yours.
That's great positioning there from AZK. Those big yellow barrels are completely bulletproof. I suppose they're supposed to be filled. I think they're supposed to be filled with sand, so they're completely bulletproof. So it works. Waste. It works. Yeah, it works great for both sides. It works great for the bomb plants that we've seen 3 of now. Ooh, he's taking it in the face. That's a quick pick for Skadoodle, and Savage are going to be approaching the B bomb site here. 1 man down.
Okay, let's see what they've got. So the T-side ready for this offense. This is the first time we've seen them try something like this. I think last time AZK kind of put them in their place. Not this time. Fish's other plans puts a bullet into him, and now look at this. This bomb is going to go down. T-side trying to set something up, but Steel has got some serious weaponry up his sleeve, looking to take down Relics, and he succeeded in doing that. But now with that bomb down, the T-side just need to make the CT side come to them. They're not ready for it. Steel's come around again. How has he got the element of surprise a second time? I will never know. And Daze is going to wrap that round up with a frag onto Rush, and they shouldn't have been surprised by that. Steel did not kind of come out of nowhere. He'd already picked up a kill, and then by simply re-emerging from the same place again, he had the element of surprise enough to pick up a quick double. So 6-0. Savage looking a bit weak at the knees. iBUYPOWER looking strong as ever, especially seeing Skadoodle on that AWP. He's just such an ever-present threat. I really would not want to be on the T side right now.
The bank is building for iBUYPOWER. You can see AZK yet to buy a rifle, but he does have $10,000 in the bank. So I think we're going to have a pause here for just a few minutes. And Swag, I think, says he might be having issues. So we'll see if he can fix those. But it is 6-0 to iBUYPOWER. And again, they've got loads of money in the bank here. So I think it's going to be hard. I do think there are a lot of things that could be done on the A bomb site, as I was expecting from the T side, which aren't really happening again. They've just thrown that smoke onto A on the pistol rounds, and it's worked every time, and it shouldn't work every time.
Well, I mean, yeah.
iBUYPOWER are a team. iBUYPOWER are a team who have prepared various counter strats, as we've seen them demonstrate in previous matches. But that's something. I mean, a double nade would stop that plant dead. You know, as for one example, and because obviously it depends. You've got people coming down pop dog, people coming down A main, so you have to be careful about your positioning. Right. But you should be able to get one CT in an area where he can just tap into the smoke and kill someone who's sitting directly behind that barrel, because there are angles where you can shoot it. So I think that's one thing on train that people need to address is how do we counter that eco smoke?
And it's an eco smoke that has worked for them, admittedly, but I mean, the thing that hasn't been working for them is the round of suit after that. Anything that they've tried other than getting the bomb down and dying has not worked for Savage. That's something you have to acknowledge, that they just, I don't know if it's that iBUYPOWER are just in a different league. I think maybe that could be the case. But Savage, they seem to have the ability. I don't doubt it. When we see some of the rounds that they pull out of the bag, some of the plays that they make as individuals, they do have that potential. But right now, iBUYPOWER are having none of it.
iBUYPOWER are really good. We should be back into the game shortly, but while we're waiting, iBUYPOWER are really good at being very unpredictable. Another example was Skadoodle. I mean, last round he was on A. Then round previous, he was on B. Yeah. He pushed all the way up just on his own with the AWP and took a player out, then moved back, and it put the other team down to 3 on 5. But A, when you're 2 men down and people are pushing you on their own with AWP, like, what do? You're just scared of everything, you know.
They are scared of, I mean, they're scared of the AWP in general.
Well, they should be. They have to be. Yeah. But then if you got to deny them vision, you got to get the smokes down. Obviously, where Skadoodle came in was very unexpected, but on the A bomb site, for example, there are 3 trains where there are people going to be at the back of them, looking down towards Ivy, looking into the bomb site, and you can deny all that vision from alley. Basically, you can smoke into connector as well. You can flash into the bomb site from alley while your teammates are pushing through A main. Yeah. So all these things we need to see from the T side if they want to be in with a chance of getting some rounds here.
Yeah, so I think we're going to jump straight into game. I think they're going to be unpausing any second now, so we'll go see what they're up to. In regards to their eco smoke, what's the alternative when they're ecoing and they're not going to try that site? Because I can only assume iBUYPOWER have got something to counter that.
Well, it's really hard on B.
Really, yeah.
B is a massive funnel again.
Yeah.
There's the first ramp you get to, you want to do a running smoke to try and push your smoke down towards CT spawn as much as possible, because it allows you not only to go around the back of the train onto the site, but forward into the middle of site, which makes it easier to hold. But it's not the easiest thing to do on an eco round. On the A bomb site, however, you can do the 2-pronged assault. You can get the smoke out there, get people down pop dog, get people through A main, maybe put people down Ivy, although that's generally suicide on an eco round. And looks like we have a train arch smoke instead from Hades TV. Instead of the yellow barrel. So we'll see where this lands. I'm expecting it to go next to the A1 train. And there it goes. And again, Swag's put his naughty smoke up at the top, and we'll see if he can get some one-way kills here. Just follow Swag for a second while the rest of the CTs rotate.
Let's see what they've got in store for us today. AZK is going to try and stop that bomb from going down. The T side obviously have other plans. Going to be start beeping away. Valenz is the man behind it. Lands tag, not going to pick up the frag just yet, though, as they're going to be dancing around. Daze has got a smoke of his own. The site is just covered in smoke, and now dead terrorists 3 in a row. iBUYPOWER, Swag makes it 4, and AZK puts a bow on the round and says, good job, guys, that's 7. 7-0, iBUYPOWER starting to get the momentum that they needed, and they're really running away with it at the moment.
Now, that was a good example of the site being cut in half with smokes. You know, there was a bit of a gap in the middle, but you get the general idea. It slowed the CTs down. They still managed to win the round without losing any plays, and a lot of that is going to be down to Swag. Because he's up on T ladder, not only does he have vision over the smokes to shoot people, but also he can call out to his teammates where the Ts are or where he thinks they are, or where's safe, so they can position themselves to kind of eliminate area by area as they push towards the bomb site.
And look at this exchange. Skadoodle's coming out on the top yet again. He's quite close, though, holding that with the AWP. Quite up and looking to surprise the T side.
Skadoodle's an excellent AWPer, and he has the confidence to make those plays.
And we see Fish and Valens, last two men standing. Make it just Valens as Steel is there onto Fish. Or if you're a mathematician, it's a bit more of a mouthful.
So his options are limited here. If he tries to creep towards the B site, he is very susceptible to just getting AWP'd in the chest. And so that kind of leaves him with the A-bomb site, although, again, this is that smoke I was talking about. Normally you throw it further up, but he's on his own. He's not going to have people rotating, so he'll do what he can and try and get a bomb plant down. He's going to push through the smoke. Doesn't work out for him, unfortunately. Steel.
A risky maneuver.
Steel just in connector. He probably just moves slightly to his right, avoid the flash, pop straight back. And when you have someone coming out of smoke, the person watching the smoke has a distinct advantage the way the smokes are currently designed in Counter-Strike. So it was really unfortunate for Valens. They didn't manage to do anything with that. And we are here at 8-0. So I think the 16-3 could be real. Yeah,
16-3 certainly could.
And again,
that's why you're the analyst and I'm not. Certainly shows you know what's going down in Chinatown right now.
Yeah,
the smoke comes out. We're waiting for Valens to get caught off with that one. And now the T side just swarming the site, and they're going to get put in their place so very quickly right now. iBUYPOWER just seems to have the firepower and the aim. Still with 3. The T side crumbles, and Hades really has nothing to answer.
You can see iBUYPOWER finally made an anti-eco adjustment there and had a guy standing right on the other side of the barrel. So, okay, you can try and plant, but I'm just going to shoot you in the face, baby. And it's 9-0 to iBUYPOWER. We've got double AWPs from Team Savage now.
The other teams challenge them so much more than Savage have said right now. You know, I mean, thinking back to L1K.
Yeah, I think, well, I mean, this is the most difficult map to play T on, and they're playing the strongest team in the tournament. So they're up against it. They're pretty much doomed. Now, I want to have a look at Ali here, because I want to see, if I press the right buttons, if they're doing... You can boost on the fence behind them, basically, so you can peek high, and the CC should be aiming low.
Nice play. Fish has actually picked up an AWP. I don't think we've got a double AWP on the T side. They're obviously just trying something new. Hasn't quite come into fruition just yet, though. Hades has gone down to Swag's AWP. We've got 4 AWPs on the map right now. And AZK is having none of it. He's going to start putting bullets towards ankles. Not going to connect just yet. The bomb's going to be going down. Valens has just been going for all of these kind of suicidal plants. Gets away with his life. And suddenly, this could be coming up for a Savage round. We've seen Steel fall. Bullet from Rush put him to bed, and now look at AZK still trying to retake this site, and if anyone can retake it, it's gonna be AZK. Skadoodle goes down, that's an AWP out of his hands, but Swag still got 1 to go, and he's hunting.
Timing.
Swag takes down Rush. AZK with the defuse. 2 players still standing for the T side, and they've just let it slip from their fingers. 10-0, and I'm struggling to get out how surprised I am that he got away with that.
The smokes ended up working against them. That is a cruel irony when the score is 10-0 to iBUYPOWER. That's a damn shame. You know, when there's so much going on the bomb site at the same time, the AWP is just bursting everyone's eardrums, and it's hard enough already to hear people diffusing within smoke, especially with all that gunfire as well. So that is heartbreaking for Team Savage. They do, however, manage a full buy on the following round, but Relic goes down near Ivy, and that is a 5-on-2 already, still going up and taking Swag's place. And again, that smoke allowing him to plant, but these are easy picks for Steel being basically in a crow's nest.
Look at these. Nice play. Rush has picked up a double, and now he's all alone. I don't think he's going to get any more than that. Nice play yet again. 11-0, and I can just see iBUYPOWER have hit their stride, and Savage haven't even thought about finding theirs. And it's got to the point now where Savage would have to pull a miracle.
They'd have to pull out internet cables at iBUYPOWER, let alone pull a miracle.
Yeah, you're right. They'd have to kind of whip out some sort of Ethernet cable.
They'd have to pull all the cables out under the sea and everything. But that was an unfortunate end to that round. He got a pick and put a gentle grenade towards where the bomb was. He had a few bullets left in the chamber and chose to try and pick off another enemy while the bomb was probably still being defused. If he ran towards there and sprayed the smoke, there was another gun for him to pick up, so he probably would have been in a better situation to do some economical damage. And the bomb is going down with that same smoke once again, and it's going to be a 4-on-3. for 3 on. Wow, it's too fast for me to report. I'm leaving it to you.
Hades has got very little health left, and he's going to surely, one bullet would have taken him down. Bomb's still ticking away, and he's very cautious from the CT side. He's going to get caught. Swag holding the perfect angle for Hades. Cross, the bomb's going to be getting diffused. And I mean, with that, that is just the final nail, really, in the Savage coffin. They're looking so very underwhelmed right now, or underwhelming.
Through that smoke, it looks like a kid running towards some cake.
He just knew the bomb was around there somewhere.
But AWP says no. And it is 12-0. Now, I feel like Netcode would have put up more of a fight in this match. I think you're right. I think they would have, purely because of strats and experience at higher levels of the game. So it's unfortunate that they kind of just walked to the plank, basically, you know, voluntarily. So a bit of a reconnect there for Fish, and I think we should be resuming the match shortly. Here we go. So it's going to be another full buy for Team Savage. I don't know where they're getting... Oh, it's from the bomb plants, obviously. They're getting the bomb down every round, but they just can't hold the site afterwards.
So let's have a look what Rush has got up his sleeve. The same smoke's actually thrown a bit quicker this time. Maybe a bit Rush trying to maybe hint at the fast plant. I don't think it's going to be the case. So he's avoiding the... He avoided the flash, caught the bullet instead. Swag has been doing great work with this AWP. You can't take that away from him.
Look at the aggression from iBUYPOWER now.
Yeah, they've kind of taken the hint. And Valenz is actually going to be picking up one onto Swag. So you've reached that 4v4 level playing field. Bomb goes down as well. T-Side starting to get control of this round, but as soon as they do, Daze puts them in their place. Valenz is actually in a pretty good position to catch off AZK here, but I don't know whether that's going to be too little, too late. AZK is going to go down. Nice work with the AWP from Fish, but the defuse was being hinted at. Takes him down. This could be fantastic, and it is, as the first round home comes. First round home comes to Savage. There you go.
First round home comes marvelous.
Big words.
He almost got a double up there as well. It's unfortunate he didn't, but they still got the round anyway. 12-1. 2 rounds remain. Let's see if they can take them. Yeah,
I mean, is it kind of just a little bit of look what you could have been doing, Savage? Is that not what it is? It's kind of throwing it.
No. I mean, if they win the pistol on CT, then it's entirely doable. It's going to be hard as hell, but it's not going to be impossible. Train is a map where you can annihilate people on the CT side, just as iBUYPOWER are doing. Again, it looks great, and they are the better team. However, it doesn't mean that this can't happen to them when they're on the T-side as well. T-side is hard on Train. And smoke plant again.
The dream is real, ladies and gentlemen. Come back in chat. That's exactly what we're looking for right now. Swag takes down Fish, though, trying to shatter our hopes and dreams. SKDOODLE's doing the same for us as well. Relics with a great pick onto Swag. Swag just sitting in the open, just obviously not expecting any sort of challenge of his position. Valenz is there as well, as is the Relics. And, I mean, good grief. Two AWPs for the T-side. The money's rolling in. And the dream is all but alive.
They need this round.
They need all of them.
Yeah, they do need all the rounds. But this round especially. They need to keep iBUYPOWER on 12. iBUYPOWER with a full buy. The T's with a full buy. It's like something from Mad Max is about to go off right here.
Let's have a look. He's holding the right angle. Relics is looking to challenge these AWPers. They have been kind of uncontested. For the CT side, the AWPs haven't had too much of an altercation early, but look at Steel positioning himself just around the corner. Fish got caught off guard, though, and 3 players remain. 2 AWPs, though, so it's going to be that close quarter combat. It's really not an option. Hades goes down, so only 1 remains. Valenz is alongside him, and he's just going to be hunting for the pick. Finds it. Great kind of clinical work from him, but it's going to be a long way to that round coming home. You've got 3 players looking for their blood. Swag, SKDOODLE, and AZK. AZK is just going to be on the prowl. Doesn't need to do too much. He just needs to hang steady on this site, and the players are going to come to him. The T-side are considering pushing towards his site. That B site can be such a difficult one to push. And I mean, the T-side have not successfully pushed it once. I think they've got the bomb down once, but straight away, they got put right back in their place. So coming down, trying to avoid that flash. He's going to be in great position to do so. Valenz is on the hunt as well. That flash could be all he needs, but AZK's already taken down his teammate. Relics has gone down, and now Valenz has got a mountain to climb, and 2 players on said mountain. Bomb goes down, though. That's going to make it a little bit easier. He's going to try and position himself. The Molotov's going to be perfect, but he's so heavily tagged, and Swag is just a little too swaggy to bring that round to a close, and that was the dream. And the sound of it dying quite swiftly as iBUYPOWER take the 13th round home. It's a very strong half for the favourites of this tournament.
Yeah, so again, it all comes down to this pistol. It's do or die, basically. So best of luck to Savage. I want to see a competitive game here. You know, it's like, this is the problem with Train. If they lose the pistol, then the score says they get smashed. But if they win the pistol,
it's all to
then
play
who
for.
knows what can happen?
Yeah.
You know, they could savage iBUYPOWER just as they were savage on the CT side. Such is the nature of DE Train. But you know, lose a pistol round and it may not show you the whole story that could have been.
Yeah, that's certainly taken us on a wild ride. AZK putting bullets into smoke straight into Valenza's crotch. And AZK looking for more. Bomb goes down. Great start from iBPOWER. They're returning the favor that the CT side, the now CT side, demonstrated on their turn. Look at that swag. One bullet pop on towards Fish. He's now sleeping with his fishes, sleeping with his brothers, and now Hades is soon to follow. He goes down to the underworld, and look at that. iBPOWER 14, 2 rounds away from securing that grand final placement.
Now, I have to wonder what Valenz was doing there, because obviously he was trying to counter that same smoke plant that we've seen time and time again.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he was trying to knife or something, but he was like right up in their faces and got shot in the smoke when he could have just been doing the shooting in the smoke. So I'm not sure what weapon he had out or what he was trying to do, but if you know, he didn't need to be right up in there to stop that plant. He could have just shot through the smoke. And if he stops this plant there, then maybe they win the round. But they've lost the round. It's 14-2 now, and they've more or less lost the match. And, you know, that could have been the edge.
Look at AZK popping skulls. Fish goes down. Did actually finally fall to Hades, but, I mean, that was fantastic work from him. iBUYPOWER do have that advantage yet again. Ooh, Relic spotting one. He's going to get caught off guard here. Manages to take down Steel. I don't believe my eyes. Hades as well onto Skadoodle, and they've turned a bad situation, slightly sweet. And they just need to find the one more. It's going to be Swaggy. He is fully bought up against this kind of scattered Relics buy.
They've got the bomb as well. Oh,
look at that. Hades falls, and now it's all on the low man. He's got very little health to his name. He's going to try and recover. I thought, well, he could have taken the AK. Goes for the Galil. And now 1v1. 20 health is all he has to work with. Doesn't even have the bomb. He needs to get it now while that smoke plumes. Otherwise, this is as good as over. The decoy is blowing his mind right now. Or something's going wrong. Swag is on the push. This is great positioning from Swag. He's going to catch him. He heard him coming, but the bullet is just surely going to be bit. He does. Switch to the pistol to see. Saying goodbye to him, and everyone is enjoying that in chat. 15-2 is your scoreline, and iBUYPOWER 1 round away from securing the win in this CSGO FACEIT challenge.
I don't know what to say about that. I don't know. It's a shame. It's a damn shame. But I just want 16-3 to happen.
It was your prediction, and I'd be really interested to see how far that goes. I mean, I think my overtime, my dreamy overtime, maybe.
Oh God, that was a pipe dream to say. You know,
I liked it. I thought it was. I'm all about the underdog story. Still Savage.
I think you're on crack, mate.
Not inspiring much confidence at the moment, I'll admit. Relics with the CZ does take down Swag, but I mean that's just for having a name like that. He has to be punished. And we do see a couple of Deagles actually bought for the CT side. They're obviously just spending as much money as they possibly could afford on anything they could bring them closer to securing this round, as everything is on the line for them. Slow and steady wins the race with the CZ. He's got the tiger skin, and he's kind of lying in that corner on the prowl. Not going to get anything. Nice play, though, from Daze in the meantime. Takes down another CT, or the first CT, I should say, as now it's a 4v4, but the weapons and the arsenal is coming heavy-handed towards the site. Looking all good for the iBP right now. One man remains. It's going to be Rush. He falls. He collapses. GG's in chat. And you are 1 round away with your prediction.
Well, I mean, what can you say about that? Really, it was.
It wasn't such a grand final, was it?
No, it was what I expected it to be. Yeah. Really. So I think it should have been well, I don't know. I feel like you should say it should have been Netcode.
But that's not fair to Savage.
If you're gonna fail to close out a match like that, then should it have been you? Who knows? But you know, it was Savage in the final, and I did think that they were probably going to be in trouble. I mean, Train is just the worst possible map they could have played. Yeah. I think Inferno might be a close second or something like Dust 2 because of the AWPers, but Train by far worst map they could have possibly asked for. And they started on the T side, just a
to rub salt into the wound.
Yeah. So I mean, they were. I think they were just doomed on that map, basically. iBUYPOWER's tactics were just far too strong. And you saw a textbook push on the final run from iBUYPOWER. Everything you see in Adren, iBUYPOWER Adren's videos, you know, throwing the smoke far down into B so you can push that side of the train as well as this side of the train and control that entire half of the site and allow yourself more angles to take the site. If we just pop into the game now, I'll show you a few things we saw and a few things we didn't see, just for your own purposes, really, that you can use. So this is like the most popular thing we saw. I think we saw this more than we saw people getting shot in this match. If you line up roughly like this and aim, I think it's over this one, then this does the smoke. Okay, it's the other one. Never mind. Let me fix that. Okay, so we're over here, and we aim. What's that one? I'm going to throw two because I don't play train so often, so I might not remember. Okay, second one. That goes right in front of the barrel. That allows you to shoot through the barrel. Now, if I turn on our impacts, you can see that you can't shoot through these things. So, well, actually, yes, you can. Maybe
your words.
Zing! Maybe that's a recent change with regards to the wall bangs, but for the most part, you can't shoot through it. So it gives you a lot more cover than most other things on this site, anyway. So if you're pushing T, I think a lot of people could do with a bit of a few tactics on this site. So there's an easier way to do this from over here somewhere, but this is the way I do this, Smoke. If you stand here and aim your crosshair, so it's just between these bags, and just aim on the corner right here, then that smoke will deny the CT AWPer vision of this area, but it still allows you to push up here. Again, this is dangerous because if you play against a good team and they know the angles, you could still easily get your head ripped off by pushing up here, but you can see it smokes off this entire arch and it still gives you the freedom of the site. Now, if we just go up here, this is one that Devil Walk showed me. Shout out to Devil Walk. I think I should really not try ones that I haven't practiced, because if they go wrong, it's kind of embarrassing. Like that one.
Hey, let's stop.
Yeah, but there's a smoke you can do from here, and it basically does the second arch, and you can do it in tandem with the one I just showed you. And then as your teammates push through main, just simple smokes here. Okay, this is getting really embarrassing now. Simple smokes here, flashes, sorry, can flash people on site who are facing this general area. So those are some ways that can help you take train. How often we see train in the future is a question, because obviously it is a very lopsided map, and Valve have moved it to their kind of
watch list
to an area where I think they're just going to work on maps. We've seen some teasers of them having updated train, which maybe we'll see in the coming months. But until then, it is a lopsided map, and again, if you start on CT and you can have a route like that, and you win the pistol on T. You know, if you don't win the pistol on T on the second half, then the score could be vastly different to 16-2 that we just saw. But unfortunately, when you do lose a pistol, that's what happens, and
that's the weight that a pistol round can carry. It's something that CS:GO really is so unique in.
Yeah,
is the fact that, I mean, winning one round can completely affect the way the game goes. And seeing that, evidence of that there, if they maybe Savage had secured that pistol round, we could have seen a much bigger scoreline. A much bigger, better scoreline for Savage, with the 16-2 being kind of a bit of a kicking them while they're down. But I mean, good for them for getting to the grand final. It's been a pretty fun evening. We've been casting for a long time. I'm sure you guys at home have been enjoying yourselves watching it as well, as much as we have casted it.
Sure. I think with regards to the smokes we've seen on the various maps and flashes and so on, I might make a few different videos so you can see competent smokes on train, etc., and put them on Reddit. So if people are interested on how they can approach the T side of train, for example, in a superior fashion, then they can have a look at that, try them at home, and see if they can bear any fruit from those tactics. But we've got a few things to say before we leave you today. Definitely check out the FACEIT platform if you haven't already. Again, you've got leagues, ladders, you've got the daily pugs on there as well. So yeah, check out FACEIT.com. Sign up to the CS:GO leagues and ladders. We have. There are seasons coming up in the future as well, so definitely try and get involved in those. And for the meantime, you can practice your train strats, your Inferno strats.
They can meet you on it as well if you're around that gold area.
Yeah, if you want to get beasted by a boss, then come and... Now, in fairness, it'll probably beast me as well. Or maybe it'll go 50-50. But yeah, you'll see me on there, definitely. We're on there most nights with DDK, who's on his way back from QuakeCon.
Well, mate, with those flashes and smokes from that last example, I think you guys have got a good chance at home.
Yeah, that was pretty brutal, but... definitely, I think I'll be trying the smokes and flashes offline. But the thing is, there are so many smokes and flashes to remember. Sometimes it's going to happen. But that one was pretty bad, I've got to be honest. But again, try out the platform and see what league you get placed in, and maybe we'll see you on there. And in the meantime, definitely check out FACEIT on the Steam community as well. Yep. They've got some skins that you can vote to get into future releases by Valve. And then that money will go into... future leagues, like you saw the Spring League previously, and we can get some prize money out there for the pro teams and bring it to you on the FACEIT stream.
It's all just circles around, doesn't it?
Yeah. So you can see we've got an equalizer there. We've also got a Mag 7 on the market, which you can vote to get into the future releases and boxes, etc. So I think that's thank you from all the people at FACEIT today, and we will see you next time. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the future for more Counter-Strike.